Hello, this is Dirk DeYoung from King Luma, and I'm recording a video to introduce an update for King Luma Radiance that we've just made that focuses on adding alpha edge effects. Now, as you may or may not know, King Luma Radiance is a great set of glows and light rays, both transitions and effects, for Final Cut Pro, and we've added in the effects category these alpha edge glow effects and then alpha edge rays effects further down here. So let me just play down a sequence that I made in the course of creating these effects and testing them and stuff. And then we'll talk a little bit about what these effects are. Okay, now when we say alpha edge, what exactly do we mean? Those of you who have done some kind of compositing before are probably familiar with the idea of an alpha channel. It basically just means an image layer that has some kind of transparent pixels or partially transparent. So the kind of an image where if something else is below it in the stacking order or kind of behind it in 3D space or whatever, it's revealed as a background. So how do you end up with alpha edges in Final Cut Pro where you could use these kinds of effects? There's a number of ways. There's basically, there's masks, there's masking in Final Cut Pro, there's keying, and there's also importing graphics that already have an embedded alpha channel. So let's go through some of these. This one, where the skateboarder kind of jumps up and then kind of seems to disappear, that's an alpha edge glow effect. And if I go in here and select this, you see what we have here. There's this draw mask effect. And that's just a Final Cut Pro mask effect from this category. Any of these can create some kind of mask. And I've also, if I actually can view alpha here, and if I enable this layer, you can see I also got the picnic table, although I'm actually not using that layer, so I think I'll just leave it disabled and view the color channels. So you can see I've isolated this layer using the FCP draw mask. And if I step back out, that basically allows me to kind of make it seem like he's disappeared there. And I did that by, if I go here and disable that, so what I've made behind here actually is what I would call a clean plate. So again, I just use the masking to kind of create a little patch from another frame where he wasn't in that area, and I just kind of patched it over. Which, the Final Cut Pro tools are adequate for doing some of those kinds of effects. And there's all kinds of third-party masking products as well for Final Cut Pro. And this is edge rays, using the same mask, basically, and another draw mask effect there, or two. Get this little part here as well. So that's using masking. This little sequence of effects is some imported graphics. Scroll down. So there's that one, this one, and then a whole map. And when I stack those together, I'm basically able to use the alpha edge glow, I think in this case, to sort of outline the continents in the map and then fill in just Africa and then kind of highlight North Africa and have it. And there's some nice parameters in there that allow you to animate the opacity and to sort of wipe the glow on and off and stuff like that. So that's imported graphics, yet another way to have an alpha channel. And then this clip shows, let's see, the soccer player is another imported graphic with edge glow and edge rays applied to it. And then this back here is an actual Final Cut Pro, 3D title. So of course titles also generally have alpha channels if they reveal a background. What else do we? Oh, then there's the Chroma Key on the Jean-Claude Van Damme viral green screen footage here. And so a Chroma Key gives you a nice alpha edge, of course. Here, I shrunk that down inside a compound clip and then applied an edge glow to the compound clip just to give a sort of picture-in-picture edge. And then this one uses a shape mask, so that's just another kind of mask that you can have in Final Cut Pro, and it's really handy, you know. So you can move the mask here, and then you click here. You can move at this level. The kind of effects that are added in this release, in this update. Here I can preview a bunch of presets on that on the skateboarder there. And the rays are down here. Anyway, I encourage you, if you're not that familiar with Radiance, to check out the other Radiance demo and tutorial videos that have been out for a while now. And in a follow-up video to this one, I'll just show the alpha edge feature in a little bit more detail.